Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 2023 Mercury Retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously and gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So thank you so very much for doing so. You guys are amazing. So let's see what the tarot has to say. So we're crowned with the Four of Cups. We then have the Devil, the Magician. We have the Nine of Cups reverse. We have the Page of Pentacles. And we have angels and spirit guides. Oh, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. I love that. That's absolutely beautiful. So, excuse me for the sniffles. So, we're starting off and we're crowned with the Four of Cups. And during this Mercury retrograde, there's going to be a lot of energy where we can focus on the negative and not see the direction that Spirit wants us to go in. So, this Mercury retrograde is from December 13th to January 1st. But we have the pre shadow period, which is 3 weeks before Mercury retrograde, before the 13th of December. And then we have the post shadow period, which is 3 weeks after Mercury retrograde ends. So the pre-shadow period began on the 25th of November, and this was in Sagittarius. So Mercury is going back and forth from Sagittarius to Capricorn. And then on the 1st to the 23rd, Mercury is in Capricorn. So Sagittarius is super optimistic energy. I can get things done, big dreams, big ideas. And then on the 1st of December, we're going to see ourselves really shift into really practical mode. It's kind of like, how can I be the most practical, the most productive? How can I be like the most prosperously best at what I do? And that can be a little bit maddening because we're going to be looking at things and taking in so much information, we're going to kind of lose our spark and ourselves. So just be mindful about this during this time. And then we go back into Sagittarius from the 24th to the 1st of January. So from the 24th of December to the 1st of January. Now, right before Mercury retrograde, we have the new moon, and this energy really comes together. And what's really interesting about the new moon is that we have Mercury conjunct the dwarf planet Quaoar, and we still have Mercury conjunct the dwarf planet Quaoar. And this Quaoar is a creation god, and this brings this energy forward of bringing order out of chaos, order out of chaos, especially around Mercury. And that's what Quaoar does, like brings order out of chaos. And so with this Mercury retrograde, we're going to be feeling like, okay, this isn't as chaotic as it could be. But we're also going to have a tendency not to look at the blessings that are right before us, not to see what we really want, but really to be bogged down by the responsibilities, by the Capricorn energy that comes forward. Now, we have Capricorn energy right here with the devil. Capricorn is represented by the devil in the major arcana, also ruled by Saturn. So this is very top-down structure, very practical energy moving us forward. But the devil is also our addictions, our good addictions, our bad addictions, them coming forward in ways that maybe we hadn't anticipated or hadn't thought. So this can be in coping mechanisms that we developed when we were young that aren't working for us anymore. It can be being very stressed out and then turning to negative, negative addictions, negative things that really bog us down and keep us from moving the way that we want to. But it can also be being really, really present in the earthly world. Like, if you watch the news a lot, or if you watch the news, that's not a bad thing. Like, staying informed is not a bad thing, but it's being bogged down by the world. And it's really taking in the world and it feeling like a weight in your stomach. It's like feeling like you've eaten too many potato chips type of thing. So just be mindful about this during this time, that it can be very heavy. So be very mindful about what you consume here, Scorpio. With the magician, we are standing before the altar of our existence, claiming our power, our prosperity, what we love, what we want, really seeing our gifts and saying, this is me, and being just so open and honest about it, being so powerful. With the Nine of Cups reversed, this is a cross your fingers wish that doesn't feel like it was granted. And we can really be questioning, is Spirit even listening to me? Will I ever get what I want? Will people show up to the table that I wanted to show up to the table? And with the Page of Pentacles, we need to be students of our prosperity. We also have strong earth sign energy coming in, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We see that with the Capricorn energy coming here. So if we have Capricorn in our chart or Capricorn in our lives, they're going to play a big role. It's going to be positive, even if they are people who aggravate us. So just be mindful about that. And with the Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that comes forward, we're going to see that this is a real teaching energy for us. With the 10 of Pentacles, prosperity and success, wealth or what we value as much as money coming forward. And this is also going to be a generational blessing. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowman in the comment box below, a snowman emoji, and a person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of January. And if you're interested in purchasing a reading, my website, daneharttarot, is linked in the description box below. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Here we have enchanted reverse. We're falling out of the enchantment of life, or the enchantment of existence and ourselves. And it happens. Life is a cycle. Sometimes we're completely enchanted by existence and we just sit there and kind of like ponder birds, flying in the sky and just think, oh, wow, that's so beautiful. And other times we don't even notice it. So here it's calling back the enchantment, calling back the beauty, kind of slowing things down, centering things and saying what's really important. What do I love? What do I want? How am I opening up the door? Where do I need to be? It's bringing back the beauty to ourselves and it's calling forward the enchanted moments that we've lost sight of. Our subconscious, not subconscious. There we go. Our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels, is flexibility. And this is the sacral chakra. This is going to be a time where we're going to see that our spirit needs to be very flexible. We're taking on a lot of new ideas. We're taking on a lot of new information. There's a sense of wisdom moving us forward and needing to move with the flexibility of spirit, of soul, and of what we desire. So that's going to be a very big thing for us. That's going to be a very powerful thing. Really embracing our sensual energy, our creative energy, our insights, our desires, that's going to be powerful for us. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And this is the Four of Cups reversed. So we're crowned with the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups reversed. And when we're told to be mindful of it, is that energy of, listen, I'm busy. I'm looking over here, spirit, divinity, God, source, however you say it, however you see it. I don't have time for what you're bringing to the table. And this is going to be interesting because spirit will first like kind of tap our shoulders and be like, hey, listen, you should really pay attention to this. And then it's going to be a little shout and then it's going to be a bellow. So just be mindful that spirit's going to get your attention no matter what. No matter how spirit can get you to slow down or to connect with the energy that they're bringing forward, that's going to be what spirit does. So just understanding that during this time, very important because we can save ourselves a bit of a headache. With the Four of Cups right here, there is a sense, we're so busy looking over here. We're so busy at what we have to get done that she doesn't see the cup of hot chocolate, of coffee right behind her computer. And it really looks like she's stressed out and she would really benefit from a nice, warm, cozy drink. And so during this time, we're going to be looking at everything that we need to do, everything that's stressing us out, everything that's overwhelming. And we're not going to look at the coziness of things, of the slowing it down, of connecting. And that's going to lead us to the place of the devil energy, of negative coping mechanisms, of addictions and doubts and fears and hurts and pains and disappointments, but also being really too connected with this earthly plane. And what I mean is that, and what spirit means by that, not what I mean, but what spirit means by that is that we're going to feel everything so intensely that it becomes too real, it becomes too much, especially if you're empathic, especially if you are psychic, especially if are just a highly sensitive person. You're going to be feeling this earth just so intensely that it can be too much. And then you could see that your anxiety might grow and grow. You can see that there can just be so much negativity that you can't do anything about, piling up on your shoulders. So just be mindful about this during this time. There is also a sense here of really looking at things that are negative for us and saying, I don't want this. I don't want this. How do I release myself from it? And it brings us to the magician, which is very much like the counter energy to the devil, is the magician that says, this is my power. This is who I am. These are my gifts. And this is what I'm stepping into. So just remember, with the devil energy, we have really good traits that people say, oh my gosh, that's so healthy for you. Like, oh my gosh, you always eat so well, or you're always exercising so much, or you're super, clean and tidy and everything's just always in order. But we can know that those are coping mechanisms for us that don't bring joy into our life. It brings extra stress. It puts more burdens on our shoulders. Anything during this time, whether people praise it or whether people say, hey man, kind of look out about that, whatever it is, we're going to need to take these things that we know are not making us feel better, not elevating our spirit, not raising our energy vibration, and we need to say no to it. So just be mindful about that. Putting more joy into our life is what Spirit is saying. It's like, it's time to smile. It's time to have fun. It's time to embrace what we love. And it brings us to the magician, standing before the altar of our existence and saying, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I love. This is what's joyous to me, exciting, beautiful, powerful. And this is how I'm moving forward in this energy. And I'm really letting myself embrace what is perfect for me. And perfect is a word that I don't really like, because we can spend, like, perfect steals joy. Perfect is a stealer of joy because it just has to be just right. But what Spirit is saying here is it's a harmonious energy vibration. It's when it feels like, oh, this fits, this is right, like this is where I'm supposed to be, type of thing. And we're going to know that during this time. There's a sense of when I step into my energy, when I step into what is right, because Mercury retrograde, there we go, can be messy. It just is. Mercury is a very fast moving planet, and we can see things moving at a really intense speed. Scorpio, we're going to tend to rebel against that more than other signs are. We're like, nope, I'm not doing that. We can really kind of dig our heels in and be like, nope, I'm not being caught up in this chaos of things. And we can spend a lot of our energy fighting against that. So being mindful about that is going to be super important. But also, Mercury mucks things up and makes things messy around communication and tech and travel, which that's what we do every day. We're always on our phones, we're always communicating in one way or another, and we're always traveling, whether it be to the restroom or whether it be like, down the stairs. We're always moving somewhere. So just being aware of that is super important. But what we're going to see is that things are coming to the surface that really need to be released during this Mercury retrograde in order for us to step into 2024 with this new sense of purpose, this new sense of clarity, this new sense of, oh, this is what I want. And we can find that our energy goes back and forth between the optimistic Sagittarius side of this Mercury retrograde and the pessimistic, yeah, it's a little bit pessimistic. It's like, I'd rather be a realist. I'd rather look at the ways that it could go wrong than the ways that I hope it would go right, and plan for that, occurrence instead of, crossing my fingers and hoping for the best. With the magician, it's like, I'm standing in my power. I'm standing in who I am, and I'm seeing what I desire, and I'm bringing that to the surface. We can feel like we want others to help support us in this, because that would be nice, right? But with the Nine of Cups reversed, there's going to be a sense here as we're embracing this powerful energy. There's a sense of, do I feel seen, right? Am I getting what I wish for? Is this how I wish for it? And we might have to let go of some old wishes, of some things that we thought, oh, it'll look like this. Because remember, when we're setting out our dreams, when we're small, like 15 and so on, we can have this idea of what everything is supposed to look like. And it's usually based off of course, how we're raised, but also television, the media that we consume. And it's not based off of our connection with spirit and what spirit wants for us. So during this time, we have a tendency to want to look at things with the Four of Cups a certain way. We do. We're like, okay, this is the way I'm going to look at it. And we're not going to see that spirit is saying, hey, listen, look over here. I haven't forgotten your wishes. I haven't forgotten your dreams. Some of them aren't going to come true because that's how life is. And they're not aligned with your life's purpose. But what is coming forward is something more than you could have imagined. And it brings us then to the Page of Pentacles. It brings us to being a student of our prosperity and our success and our bounty. We can be connecting with earth sign energies that really have something to teach us that we're kind of surprised about. We're like, oh, wow, I didn't look at it that way. Or, oh, wow, I didn't know about that. We're also connecting with our inner child. We're healing a lot of pains that we had around money, security, and stability. And that's going to be really important. A lot of those pains that are going to come up linked with the Capricorn energy, because, the pentacles are earth sign energy, are going to come up as well. And it's like, wow, that was a negative coping mechanism. Or, oh, wow, I was always waiting for the next shoe to drop. Or that was more harmful a thought than I realized. And we're going to have these revelations during this time because we have this chatter with ourselves. Mercury is a chatty Cathy. And it brings up things that we didn't realize needed to be brought up. We're looking at things that we didn't realize were important. And we're becoming that student again of our prosperity, our success, of what we desire, of what bounty looks like to us. We could have had this idea of what we wanted in this dream that we were going after, which was really kind of a, holding the middle finger up to other people who said we couldn't do it, right? So there's this sense here of, I know what I want and I know what I'm worth, but I don't have to prove it to anybody else. And we are also becoming a student of that energy. What if I did it for me? What if I took my talents and embraced them? Not for monetization. Our 9 to 5 job can be our 9 to 5 job, or whatever the hours on. That can be our job. But our fulfillment can come later. Our fulfillment can come off the clock when we are connecting with ourselves. And there's a sense here with the 10 of Pentacles. This is generational blessing coming forward. You have people on the other side rooting for you, Scorpio. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you achieve. They're like, listen, I couldn't because of XYZ, but you can. Let's embrace that energy. Let's open up the door. Let's say, this is me and this is power. The 10 of Pentacles is wealth and what we value as much as money. We're coming to a completion of a cycle that we didn't even know we were in. We're going to be looking at things more openly, more honestly for ourselves. We're going to be more passionate, more determined, more focused, more insightful. But there's a real sense of, how do I build a world out of love, an enchanting world, a beautiful world for me, a sense that I step into it and I feel like, oh, this is home. This is contentment. This is prosperity. The 10 of Pentacles is success. And it's a success that others can be jealous of, but others also might not get. You could always have more, right? There can always be more. You could always push harder. But what if you live in contentment with the world that you are creative? Creative or creating? But Spirit had me say creative for a reason. The creative world that you are embracing. What if you step forward and say, this is my happiness, and nobody else needs to get it? Again, you do have people on the other side rooting for you, wanting to see you achieve and succeed. And so you're going to have messages come your way, as you always do, Scorpio, from, again, people who have passed, but they're going to come through your dreams, through, just kind of like certain patterns of things. You're going to be like, oh, well, that's interesting. And you're going to see inspiration. It can come through smells too, or you taste something and it brings you back to when you were small, but it's definitely going to be around scent as well. So our subconscious spirit message is authentic. It's a word that's thrown around a lot lately. Be your authentic self. And it's great, but sometimes we don't know what that means, right? I don't know what my authentic self is. And our authentic self is the joy of expression and being. Our authentic self is when we are happy. And it's not when we need anything to make us happy. It's not when we've acquired something that makes us happy. It is, this is my happiness. This is my joy. This is something I could do for hours and just lose track time of, And here, it's embracing that authenticity. It's saying, wow, this is something I want to nurture within me. This is something I want to grow. This is something I need to move forward in. And it brings us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is clarity, the third eye chakra. Our third eye is opening. We're seeing things more clearly, more openly, more honestly, and we're looking at things and it's like, oh, revelation time. It's like, oh, I didn't see that before. Oh, I didn't know that. And oh, I didn't think it could be like that. And so the clarity comes. The third eye is open. The flexibility that's coming through with the sacral chakra is leading us in a direction that we hadn't anticipated, but it's making things so clear. It brings us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. Be mindful that you don't have time for petty nonsense anymore. You're not really wanting to be part of the gossip. You're not really wanting to be part of, again, the pettiness, the chaoticness of things. The Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands reverse is showing us releasing this. But people can get upset over it. Okay, people will be like, what, you're not interested? You don't care? You think you're better than me? Type of thing. So just be mindful about this. Be mindful that you're not really into lower energy vibrations during this time. Actually, you can feel like they're like a web to catch you in, and you're not interested in being caught in any web. You're not interested in being tied up in anything. So just be aware of that. There's a real sense of like, I want to be free. I want to kind of go with the flow of things and see where this Mercury retrograde, where the adventure of what comes forward takes me. It brings us then to our subconscious, our subconscious tarot message, and that is the Page of Cups. And Spirit is saying here, this is you. You're represented by the cups, the minor arcana, Scorpio, and the Page of Cups is having the student energy come forward, is is being an unwilling student and also not wanting to be. Not only are you an unwitting student, like you didn't know you were going to be learning things, but you're an unwilling one. You're like, no, don't need to learn this. I got it. Everything's okay. I'm moving forward just great. And spirit's like, hey, listen, I need you to see this. I need you to connect with this. I need you to understand this. And so you're going to be learning a lot during a time where you didn't think there were going to be many lessons at all. So it can be frustrating, but it's going to be really, really fun too. It's like, oh, okay. And you're going to have some moments where you're like, wow, my mind is blown. Like I didn't think of it like that, or I didn't see it like that. So revelations are also coming your way. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time, of this Mercury retrograde, and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed Mercury retrograde and happy holidays. Bye.